Hello, this is Amanda Freeman, and this is our week 3 discussion for our personal and professional assessment course. Um, so, and that's Iska and Fat and Sakari. So, we watched the Julie Burstein's 4 lessons in creativity, and I think this hit me in a lot of ways. I didn't really expect, I guess. It was interesting how she opened it, talking about the raku pottery and how fast and unpredictable it and how it cracks from all the stress of going from 1500 degrees to room temperature in a minute. And it seems like life is kind of like that, ups and downs in just a split seconds. So one of the things she says is creativity comes from a lot of broken places, and I love that. I truly believe that. Some of the most meaningful things I've ever created came from the hardest times of my life, and not really because I wanted that to happen, but because it needed a way to process. I think when you've been through enough, you stop trying to make things perfect and you start just being honest with yourself and others. And she talks about this quote, time transforms the event. And honestly, I feel like I've had a lot of things in my life that were really awful in the moments, in that, but things that flipped everything upside down. But now when I look back at those, I see it differently. Not really less painful, but more clear. And time didn't really erase it, but it felt like it gave me knowledge that I still use now. I learn from what I go through, and it helps me understand life and hard times better. It kind of ties into what she says about urgency, and like with Joel Meyerowitz, he realized that nobody took photos of Ground Zero, there wouldn't be a record. He didn't really wait for anyone to give him permission. He just knew that it had to be done. I feel the same sense of urgency in what I do, especially when I'm writing about hard things or advocating for people. It's not that it's convenient or easy. It's very overwhelming. It takes it out of me emotionally, physically, mentally. But I do it because it matters and I'm passionate about it. If I don't say it now, maybe nobody will. And so I feel like the things that I say have to be said in the moment. Creativity isn't really optional for me. It's a survival technique, survival skill, coping mechanism. It's how I make sense of a lot of things, whether it's for, like with my photography. I'm not a big writer anymore, but I used to be. I used to love to write until it started becoming something that wasn't about passion, more about school, or work or something. But it's how I process a lot in the world with photography is. With my creativity, it's something that I really love, and it created what I do now, which is my Umpqua advocacy nonprofit. But I like to show up and just try and just do what I can in the moment, and I feel like that's enough. And for anyone to do that, I feel like it's enough. It's something. But the last part where she talks about the broken T-bowl being more beautiful after it was repaired with gold, I was like, that makes sense. And it's how I see some things in my life now. Definitely broken many, many times and cracked, but also being molded together with experience and knowledge. And I feel like the cracks tell a story, and like she was saying, it just feels, I really could relate to everything in this video. I really loved it. So for this course, I think it's an important thing that we do write from our real experiences, our lived experiences, not what we think we should say. But I think this video, it reminds people that creativity doesn't really come from having it all figured out or being not broken, but from maybe paying attention, being real, going through it to get through it. And from creativity kind of comes from not being afraid to let people see the real you, the cracks that are in you, your lived experience develops the creativity that you have and the passions that you have and what you're good at. So I think I love this kind of learning this kind of stuff and like watching these videos because I can relate to it and I'm passionate about this thing. But it's hard to relate to a lot of things with school because sometimes I just can't connect, and with ADHD it's hard to focus. So I appreciated this and I hope you all have a great week. Thanks.